Entre marbre et mer, entre luxe et vitesse, on roule des éclairs sous un ciel en détresse. Chaque virage prend le destin, à Monaco rien n'est anodin. Le tunnel gronde, la lumière s'efface, un souffle court, plus de place. Seuls les vrais, les silencieux, font danser le feu sur ces lieux. Le tunnel gronde, la lumière s'efface, un souffle court, plus de place. Seuls les vrais, les silencieux, font danser le feu sur ces lieux. Monaco, roi des ruelles, chaque tour frappe, chaque ligne est cruelle. De ça pivote au virage serré, c'est là que les légendes vont briller. Sans compromis, un mur, une faute et tout est fini. Risque ou gloire, chute au sommet, à Monaco on joue pour régner. Mirabeau chuchote, les pneus crient, le freinage danse mais jamais ne plie. Rascasse t'attend comme un juge froid, tu frôles la gloire ou tu tombes droit. La gomme s'épuise, les nerfs s'étirent, mais un roi ne peut jamais fuir. Il tient la ligne, coûte que coûte, et s'élève seul sur cette route. Monaco, roi des ruelles, chaque tour frappe, chaque ligne est cruelle. De sa dévote au virage serré, c'est là que les légendes vont briller. Sans compromis, un mur, une faute et tout est fini. Risque ou gloire, chute au sommet, à Monaco on joue pour régner. Les tribunes brillent, mais le cœur se cache dans la visière. Plus rien ne relâche. À Monaco, pas de hasard, juste du sang-froid et du regard. Roi des ruelles, touche le rail et le rêve s'effondrait. Mais si tu tiens, si tu respires, tu marques l'histoire dans ce empire. Circuit de roi à lundi soir, tout se joue là. Ton nom gravé dans les pavés, roi de Monaco à jamais. Monaco, roi des ruelles, chaque tour frappe, chaque ligne est cruelle. Ça dévote au virage serré, c'est là que les légendes vont briller. Tout est fini, risque ou gloire, chute au sommet, à Monaco on joue pour régner.
Yeah, hello guys. Just on a hot lap, we missed one hot lap from GTA 110.963. Currently full time, but only one driver finished the lap. Next one to cross is Angelo. Jumps up 4 times faster than GTA. A 110.5 Lucek on P3 currently. Let's have a look to Gianbartolomeo. A 111.9 for him. Let's have a look to Somuko in the final turns in the last heavy braking zone here. As you can see from the sector times, not too fast. A 112.290. Roby now crossing. Jumps up to P4, just 2 tenths, less than 2 tenths behind his teammate. What about Yo-Yo? Wow. He's 7 for time being. Is he going for another run? Yes, he's going for another run. He's on the medium tires, as you can see. Slower in sector 1 for him. Let's see sector 2, can he a little bit improve, yes or no? Just have the results in some seconds. 34.4, faster. Just improved by 4/10. What can Spaghetti achieve? Green sector 1, 2/10 slower than currently purple time from GTA in sector 1, but sector 2 purple for Spaghetti. Is he going for provisional pole? P2. 2500 separate P1 and P2. We missed the P2 from Angelo, but we saw a very nice end of Spaghetti's P2. GDA invalidated. Let's have a look to Picard. Just invalidated. What about Wolfrine? 19.6 in sector 1. And back to throttle. Goes to P9 for time being. Spaghetti invalidated. Well, yes, some statistics. We do have to go 39 laps later on in the main race. We have 9 minutes 20 left in the qualifying. We have 19 corners. 12 to the right, 7 to the left, 3.3 kilometer track length, and total race distance around 130 kilometers. And the current Emerald track record from season 9 from Tomasito is a 109.716, and a spin from Spaghetti. Let's have a look to the previous winners. We have Bera in season 9, season 7, Spaghetti. And season 6 we had a win for Sumuku. It's the man on stream at the moment. Not driving with high revs and not using the battery. Looks like he's still warming up his tires. Let's go to Froby. He achieved green sector 1. Let's see the outcome in sector 2. Purple sector 2 by Angelo. Yellow sector 1 for him. Also yellow for Froby in sector 2. Angelo improved. A 1:10.431. Froby goes into pit. So we have Gian Bartolomeo, next one to cross. He's on P6. Then we have Spaghetti, green sector 1, yellow sector 2, but goes directly into pit. Let's go to his teammate, to Samuku in the V-Carb, a 1:12.290 his time, for time being. He's improving also, but just invalidated. Wow. Not the quality of Samuku. What about you? You're also invalidated, and Angelo just hit the fastest time before, now going surely into pit for changing tires for the last run. What about Picard? We have Aroble and Barra joined. Nice to have him on board. Barra, Swedish pole master, and Aroble, his teammate. Also very good in qualifying this season. Picard jumps up to P3. Only 4 tenths behind Spaghetti. Might be a big fight for pole position now between many drivers. We have Angelo, for time being pole sitter here, provisional pole for him with a 1:10.431. Then we might also have Berra and Aroble in the mix. Berra just starting, let's go to him. Just invalidated in turn 1. Let's go to his teammate, still in the formation lap, or out lap better said. Formation lap is later on at the beginning of the race. Warming up the tires. May I give you some telemetry data? Here you have. So you see the tire temperatures. Aroble now full push into turn 1. Go Rivage, Massanek, Casino Square. Then Mirabeau. Portier into the tunnel. The pool complex with 2 cars in front of him. Luckily 1 or 2 both give space to this driver. Also he invalidated. Let's go. Better. Still invalidated, and we have Frank Tank in the race as well. So 3 drivers without any time on the board. They are a little bit in a rush. We have 3 minutes 35 left in the qualifying session. Might be just okay to go in, change front ring, new tires, go for a hot lap or out lap, and then a hot lap. Maybe the time is... maybe it's too late. Not sure if Berra can manage it. Let's go for the serious stuff now. Sumuku, maybe in his final attempt here, still a valid lap time. We have 2 green sectors for the Swiss driver. Boy, what was that, lagging? And he's going for one more lap, so not the lap or the hot lap he wanted. He needed to back off a little bit and go for another run. Let's see what Angelo can achieve. Yeah. Let's quickly go to Yo-Yo. 2 green sectors for McLaren driver. Currently sitting on a P9, a 112.116 for him. Easy improving, I think. Yeah, so 111.048 for him. Let's go to the next one to cross. It's Froby on a hot lap. What about Angelo? Froby on an out lap, sorry. Angelo on a hot lap. Yellow sector 1, purple sector 2 for the German driver. Is he improving? Yes, another 3/10 faster, 110.187 for him. Samoko still circling around. No time for Berra. What is happening here? So I think Yo-Yo is going for one more shot. Froby is on his last shot, unless he can manage it to go to the start finish line. We have a Roble purple sector 1, let's go to him. Currently no time on the board. Close invalidation for this one. Close to the barrier. Wow. Slight contact with the wall. But nothing happened. Final turn. Pedal to the metal. P2. A nice P2 at 110.4. Yo-Yo improving as well. Stays on P9. Giambarto just crossed. What about Spaghetti? Invalidated. And Froby. Oh, that was close call. Very close call. Close to the wall. Close call. Froby stays on P11. Wolfrim stays on P11. And the final man to cross the start finish line is GDA. Purple sector 1, green sector 2, jumps up to P6. Nice P6 for the Portuguese driver, and we have a pole time from Angelo ahead of Roble and Spaghetti. Then on P4, Berra managed to bring at least one valid lap time. Then Gianbartolomeo on 5, 6, GDA 7, Lucek, Picard on 8, Yo-Yo 9, Froby 10, Wolfried 11, Sumuku, former winner here in Monaco, on P12, and Frank Tank on P13. Abe Nelson. Welcome back to the stream. Every Monday, you're online. Great to have you on board. Do we see light rain? Yes, we have light rain. Let's see if the weather is getting more worse. Let's say more rain, or is it lighten up a little bit? And we have a dry race at the end of the race. Well, let's see. Now first survive the formation lap, and then let's go into the main race. We had the first Grand Prix here in Monaco 1950. All around to turn 1 braking point is 142 meters, and it looks like we have a full intermediate race. At least the strategy says it's intermediates to intermediates. Full throttle on the whole track, we have only 34%. Gear changes per lap. It's more or less 50, 25 upshifts, 25 upshifts and 25 downshifts. Lowest speed is 45 kilometers an hour, and top speed without DRS is 325 kilometers an hour. Yeah, and safety car possibility of 71%, virtual safety car possibility of 57%, and pit stop time loss we have 20 seconds. The direction here to drive is anti-clockwise. No, it's clockwise. Let's have a quick look to the tires. Everybody chose, of course, the intermediates. Nothing else to expect. Let's go for P5 to Gianbartolomeo for the start. So we have a clear view of the race. What's unfolding in front of him. So we're ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. Race number 8, season 11. All cars in the place where they should be. Now let's go for the lights. 4 lights, 5 lights. Out the way we go. Not the best start from Gianbartolomeo, but yeah, on the outside we see GDA already attacking Gianbartolomeo. Let's go to the broadcast view. And a little bit to the front we have a side-by-side action between Angelo and Roble already in lap number 1. Roble stays behind Angelo. Tricky stuff. Some carnage at the back. 8 positions lost by Gianbartolomeo, 2 by Froby, 2 as well for Picard. 4 gains for Samuku and Frank Tank. We will add 10 seconds corner cutting as well, Yo-Yo and Picard. So we will have lots of time penalties here. We also have lots of damage of the cars. We have Samuku, you see front left wing damage as well. For Frank Tank, the same story. Front left. Also for Picard, front left. So many front left damages. Roby looks like he has no front wing anymore. Also Gianbartolomeo front right damage. And Samuku out of the pit. He changed his front wing and can go now for a nice run without any cars in front. Just push a little bit and then he's fine. And he's, you saw it, he's trying hard rubber tires. Let's sit into his car to see if he can manage the slightly wet track here in Monaco. And by the way, guys, we have Spaghetti with 23 points behind the current leader, Myth in the driver standing. So if Spaghetti is winning today, he's the new leader in the driver championship. We had him as driver champion in season 7, as you know, and he had also there a not too good start into the season, but then in the middle and in the end of the season he has been just a crazy driver, bringing in the results, and we see more or less Tsumoku is able to keep his car on track. What are the times saying? Let's have a quick weather update. We just see light rain, it stays more or less the same. Just keep an eye on the timings from Tsumoku as well. Picard went into pit with medium tires and Froby went for the hard tires as well. Let's have a look here to the front. Are they going in as well to pit for dry tires, or do they stick with the intermediates? Time wise, Tsumoku is 8/10 slower than the current leader Angelo in sector 1. Another 3 seconds for Yo-Yo. Let's hit into the car for Bera. Close behind Spaghetti. Picard as well, another 3 seconds. Well, for the time being, the fastest sector time is from GDA in sector 1 at 21.4. Now Arobe at 21.3. And the guys on the dry tires are driving 22.4, so over a second slower in one sector, at least in sector 1. It looks like it's not worth to try the dry tires. Oh, crash. He went into the wall on the left side. No wheel anymore for Bera. So DNFing, another DNF for the Swedish superstar. Qualifying superstar from the north of Sweden. Sadly, no points for him here today in Monaco. Was just a little bit shocked that I saw him crashing. It looked like he had a massive amount of pace to be so close behind Spaghetti, and Spaghetti has already 2.6 second gap to P2. To Roble, the teammate from Bera. Would have been great to have Bera just behind Arobe to play a little bit the team game against Angelo and Spaghetti. But so it's only one Red Bull left in the race. It's Arobe currently on P2. Wolfen driving his Merc. Well, that's solid through these turns. Let's have a look to a close approaching Frank Tank just behind Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo with 6 second gap, not gap, penalty. Wow, misbraking by Yo-Yo and an overtake by Frank Tank. Easy task. Well, normally it's not very easy to overtake here in Monaco. just if the drivers are doing some mistakes, like we saw the mistake from Yo-Yo before. Went a little wide, and then Frank Tank has been able to overtake Yo-Yo in the swimming pool section there. By the way, Frank Tank still driving with a damaged front wing. Front left is damaged. Another 3-second time penalty for Froby. So the drivers are collecting the penalties, and let's have a look to Picard, reserve driver, driving in Williams today. He still has a front wing, but yeah, it's not a big front wing anymore. And Somuku retiring as well. Now the front wing is gone completely from Picard. Also floor warning. Not warnings, floor damage and side pod damage for the car. So we have just yellow flags, and the race is back on green track. Let's go racing again. Probably more or less 1 second behind Angelo. This might be the fight for the win today. Into the tunnel. And the next turn, Tabak is more or less flat if you are very confident. And I think if it's not dry, I don't think that the drivers are taking that turn full throttle. Can't imagine, but let's have a quick look to the tire usage. You see a Roble 14% in front and 34% in the back. Spaghetti more or less the same, just in front he used the front a little bit less with only 10%, but the backs are also on 33%, and Chile using the back even more, 39% of usage, and the front same as a Roble, 15%. So the top 4 drivers are the only drivers without any damage, plus Wolfrin has no damage, and Froby. The rest, everybody else has damage. Front wing, and in the name of Picard we have floor damage and side pod damage. The Williams, and it looks like it's starting to rain again. Just a little bit more rain now than before. Yeah, next week we're going for round number 9 to Spain, to Barcelona. Wow. A little slide from Frank Tank, dancing in the rain with his Williams. Yeah, it looks like it's raining the whole race. Light rain expected for the next 20 minutes. At least it's not heavy rain. And the current track record from Tomasito 109.716 or 718.16, sorry. From season 9. We missed Tomasito today. He's, I think, on vacation. Mr. Spaghetti said he's not driving today. He's in Cyprus, but maybe he missed a flight or something. Of course, it's vacation time at the moment. Fully summer. Not the temperatures in Switzerland, only around 18 degrees here. But anyway, it's still summer. Now on the right side you see the driver standings, the unofficial driver standings. You see 23 points separate Myth on P1 and Spaghetti. So Spaghetti is closing in and Tomasito is not driving today. If Angelo's winning, then we have a 5 points gap between Myth and Angelo for the next race. Frankie not overtaking Lucek. Not been able to. Looks like Frank Tank is trying to do his best to overtake Lucek as soon as possible. As you know, we don't have many overtaking spots here. The most common is at the end of this straight into turn 1. But you need to have a massive overspeed to get the overtake done into turn 1. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Quite a bit fighting. Contact done between Spaghetti, not Spaghetti, Frank Tank and Lucek. A little bit of hard racing from Frank Tank. Meanwhile, Froby, teammate from Lucek, driving on P10 with a 3-second time penalty. Driving on the hard tires. Just have a little check on the sector times, so 5 times slower than Angelo on P1. Let's have a look to Gian Bartolomeo. Driving more or less along the race. Well, he can see at least Wolfrin in front. 2.3 seconds gap between him on position 8, Wolfrin in the Mercedes. You can see the gap. Wolfrin and then Gian Bartolomeo. In front we have Frank Tank with 3.7 seconds gap between Frank Tank and Wolfing. And Chide is close behind Yo-Yo. Also very... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yo-Yo missed again the braking point there. More or less gave the position to Chide. Chile was on a hunt, purple sector 1 but yellow sector 2. Yeah, for time being the fastest lap is a 1:20.570 from Angelo. fastest lap from GTA 1:21.54. Don't know if the track is drying now. We've seen a Roble into the pits. A Roble coming out just in front of Gian Bartolomeo, but behind Wolfring. But with fresh intermediate tires, he should be able to overtake the Mercedes 12 laps old intermediate tires on the car of Wolfring. But of course, a Roble need to wait until there is an option to overtake. Maybe at the end of the tunnel, maybe also Wolfring is giving a little bit of slipstream and going out away. Outside overtake, wow, in the tunnel from a Roble. Was a nice one. Of course, Wolfring didn't fight it too much. I think the front runners are coming in as well. So look to Angelo, and he's passing again. Start-finish line, then he's maybe going into pit. As I also see the tire usage on the car of Spaghetti in the V-car, 64% in the back. Wow, sliding around. With an eye open for the sector times. Angelo not going into pit. What about Spaghetti? Is he going yes or no? No, he doesn't go. And Lucek more or less 1 second behind GDA on P4 currently. So the drivers who did not went to pit are Lucek on P4, Angelo and Spaghetti. Lucek now in the pit, a 119.671 from Frank Tank. The Roble goes for the fastest lap, 119.322. Wing camera from Angelo. We are not even in the half of the race. We are in lap 15 of 39, so it's a very long race. Shortest track in the calendar. Not sure if it's this one. No, it's this one. Then it's Austria. Now Angelo is going into pit. Where is he coming out? So the driver with the oldest tires is Spaghetti, 73% of usage in the back. Wow. It's getting more or less dangerous. Well, Spaghetti is still driving more or less okay lap times. A 121.9. The other guys with fresh rubber are in the 120, so 1 to 2 seconds slower. Spaghetti on his old worn intermediate tires still not going into pit. Maybe he's hoping for a safety car, but for the time being we don't have any close battles. We have Angelo in front of GDA. And everybody's still on intermediates except Froby. Froby, the man on P10 in the kick Sauber, is driving the hard tires. On the right side you see the team standings. McLaren leading ahead of Ferrari, then V-Carb. Has a nice P4, Red Bull 5, Merc 6, Kick 7, Alpine 8. The gap between Angelo and GDA stays more or less always the same. Every time I look back to the gap of these two drivers, we have 1 second gap. Here the tires for you, we have Spaghetti still out on the first tires he received at the start, or he chose at the start. 17 laps old intermediate tires. And everybody else on new intermediates. Gianbartolomeo and Froby went for new intermediates now. 0 laps old intermediates, at least for Froby. When is Spaghetti coming in? %86% of usage in the back. So he surely wanna do 1 pit stop, not 2. Now we're in the middle of the race. Halfway through. The driver behind Spaghetti, so that's Angelo, is driving 2 seconds per lap faster. So 122.6 for Spaghetti, 120.6 for Angelo. So in 3 laps time we have Angelo right at the back of Spaghetti. No, Spaghetti went into pit. Going of course for new intermediate tires. Where is he coming out? I think he is coming out on P5. Another 3 seconds time penalty for Gianbartolomeo. Multiple warnings, track limits. Now let's see the gap coming down. Still 2 seconds between Aroble and Spaghetti. I think in some laps Spaghetti is right at the tail on Aroble. And Angelo more or less comfy leading with 2.7 seconds gap to GDA. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice slide. So we had already 2 stops for Gianbartolomeo and Froby, the rest still on 1 pit stop, but I see GDA on 10 laps old, intermediates as well, Frank Tancarola also 8 laps old. I think these drivers are coming into pit one more time, but not Spaghetti. Spaghetti will go for 1 pit stop. Try to survive until the end of the race. Sadly, we don't have any telemetry data from Angelo. Only temperatures, but not the usage of his tires. 3 seconds also for GDA. As I said, 1 lap before, 2 seconds gap between Aroble and Spaghetti. Now we are down to 1.1 second gap between P4 and 5. Spaghetti on a hunt here for a podium or a win in Monaco. Just saw how Roble is fighting his car through turn 1. Gianbartolomeo DNFing. So we're back to 9 drivers still driving in the race. Not a safety car. What happened here? What happened here? Maybe a misconnect for Angelo. Angelo out! Is he able to drive again? Yes, but with heavy front wing damage, and we have Spaghetti right at the back of Angelo. What happened here? As soon as Gianbartolomeo left the lobby, something maybe interrupted a connection for Angelo. Maybe also wheel freeze or screen freeze, like I heard once before in F125. I think it was Samuk who had a screen freeze, black screen. And we had also other drivers mentioning some problems, like I think it was Picard, where they disconnected the wheelbase. So Angelo driving with heavy front wing damage. Maybe going in for new tires and change his front wing and go for a last shot. Oh, he stays out. You want to survive that one, but we have Spaghetti with more or less fresh intermediates behind. Of course, it's Monaco, you can defend here. Not sure if you can defend with a driver who has more or less new tires in wet territory, intermediate tire weather here in Monaco. Oh, we see some action maybe between Angelo and Spaghetti. Sadly, we're missing Myth, Tomasito, Berra. Berra just died. Spaghetti not able to overtake Angelo for time being. As I said, Angelo driving with front wing damage. Yeah, left end plate is missing, front wing damage. Looks like as well some body damage, but not too serious. As he's still able to keep more or less the pace in regards to Roble, and Frank Tank, the current leader, of course, with 3-second time penalty. Frank is leading, then 4.8 seconds gap to Roble. Berra's teammate, and the gaps are closing in, so Frobe is giving nicely space for the other drivers, so Frobe is the left car. Not a race today for the German driver in the Kick Sauber team. The gaps are closing. Roble 1.3 seconds ahead of Angelo, who had a disconnect or something and a crash into the barrier. Driving with damaged front wing, front left end plate missing, and Spaghetti with the newest tires here in the field. Spaghetti surely going for a one-stop race. The others have to survive 14 more laps. The same old tires, you see 56% usage in the back for Aroba's tires. Might be more or less the same for Angelo, a little bit less than Aroba. And the freshest tires. You see it on the bottom left, 8% usage at the front and 22 in the back for Spaghetti. Spaghetti not able to overtake for time being, but he's hoping that the other drivers are going to pit one more time, so he needs to save a little bit the tires and then drive to the end and win the Monaco Grand Prix. That's a nice strategy. And the Cypriotic driver. And Frankie gets another 3 seconds, so 6 seconds time penalty. This massively hurts Frankie. And also 3 seconds for Lucek, the first 3 seconds for the Kick Sauber driver. So Frankie went into pit to change his tires. Not sure if he's changing the front wing as well. Looks like he's not changing the front wing. It's not too bad, as it looks like. Do we see another strategy masterclass from Spaghetti going for one-stop race here in Monaco? Changing just once to new intermediate tires and drive to the glory. And it looks like the rain is a little bit heavier. Time being, let's have a quick weather update later on. Just need to press the telemetry stuff here. Let's go for a weather update. Well, it's still light rain. A little bit heavier than before. Tunnel, at least we don't have any rain or raindrops here. They can clean the visor. Going to the port side, swimming pool section. Into La Rascas. Here you're closing the gap, but goes into pits. So let's roll the dice here with the last 10 laps in the race. Sorry guys, I needed to set some priorities to refill the beer. That's why I didn't spoke anything or commentated anything, but we see Spaghetti close. Now the closest driver in the whole field. Well, field only 9 drivers left here. I'm still not sure if Roble and Angelo not going for another pit stop. Well, Roble's tires 78% in the back, the usage, and 9 laps to go. It's close to, yeah, driving with 3 wheels through the finish line. Something that Lewis Hamilton did once in a while in Silverstone. Looks like Spaghetti is pushing a little bit Angelo. Some signs of hurry up, please. What happened with Roby? 10-second time penalty for him. Roble sliding around. So if these guys, Roble and Angelo, are managing to finish the race in front of Spaghetti, then hats off. A 3-second for Spaghetti. It gets even trickier. Very close driving now from Spaghetti. Let's go to the onboard. Is he able to overtake Angelo? Not sure. there is no DRS available while it's raining. And close behind Spaghetti we see GDA and Frank Tank are closing in as well. Let's go to the off-board camera. Spaghetti managed to overtake Angelo, some contact made there. Not sure if everything was correct or was it too hard, or but anyway, same story happening now here with some rear-ending stuff, slight contacts between GDA and Angelo, and Frank Tank and GDA. Looks like as well Frankie is on a hunt for an overtake. Is he going for the overtake? Late dive bomb, little contact, not a little. He pushed GDA wide, and GDA received a 3-second time limit, so not sure who is to blame here. Maybe a little bit more Frankie, but they're fighting for positions. Now let's go to the front and see if Spaghetti is able to overtake a Roble into Santa Vot, turn 1. Not yet, close driving, having a better exit. Let's go to the onboard. Is he really? Is he trying to overtake a Roble at the same spot as he overtook Angelo? Now the tires of Spaghetti are crying as well. Roble's tires 86% in the back. And Frankie overtook. Oh no, that's not overtaking, that's over crashing. Yeah, GDA might be. Now these guys are pushing. Ghost cars now back to normal, no ghosts anymore. And we have front wing damage, no front wing for Frankie. A sad moment for the British driver. But now let's go to the battle for the podium or for the win. Roble is still ahead of Spaghetti, 0.5 seconds into La Rascas, and now back on throttle. Roble defending like a lion, but now with a better exit and overspeed. Is he able to overtake Spaghetti? Able, not able, able, not able. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hard fighting between Spaghetti and the Roble. What a nice view. Let's go to the broadcast view. We just saw all the action on the view of Angelo. Didn't range that not away. What a nice battle between these drivers here. And Frankie went for a new front wing, of course. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. 3 seconds for a Roble. We might see a winner. That's Angelo. No time penalties. Now Spaghetti just need to escape somehow. 3 seconds from Angelo. Not an easy task with, as you know, the pace from Angelo. Angelo is a very, very fast driver, and we see the front wing from Spaghetti. Yellow and orange colored on the bottom left of your screen. So Spaghetti not having the best best wing settings at the moment, but as well for Angelo we have some damage reported. Front left side plate as well missing, so they're fighting with more or less same guns. Roble went for a pit stop to not have any explosion of his tires. Spaghetti 63% of usage of his back tires. Angelo, we don't have any data, but his tires are 19 laps old, so his tires are very, very worn. Just keep fingers crossed that he survives and ends the race here in Monaco. No warnings at all for him, so no risk for getting 3 seconds time penalty, but now Spaghetti really needs to push to drive away. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. 3 seconds as one of the best drivers we have here in the Monday Racing League, Angelo. Former driver champion in the early seasons of the league history. And here again, the former winners, we have Perez, season 9. Sadly, he didn't have today, crashed into the wall. Then Spaghetti and Somuku. Season 6. What a season. Season 5 and Season 6, the best seasons from Somuku. Sadly, also he DNF today. Not his day today. So not Perez day, Picard's day, and Gian Bartolomeo's day. 4 DNFs. 13 drivers joined today, so 9 positions left for grabbing some points. We have P1 currently, but with a 3-second time penalty, Spaghetti leading ahead of Angelo. Then GDA, Aruba, Yo-Yo, Frank, Tank, Lucek, Wolfen and Froby. If it stays like this, then another double scoring position for the Kicksauber team. Double scoring for the Merc team. 1 score for the V-Car Haas. And of course McLaren and Red Bull. Lap 37. Might see here an overtake from Frank Tank on Yo-Yo. What is that? Slam dunk move? All legal or not legal? At least they have some fun. Very risky moves from Frank Tank today. But he didn't DNF. So he's trying to fight for some points. But 9 seconds time penalty for him. Also 6 seconds for Yo-Yo and 6 seconds for GDA. 26 seconds for Froby. I wanna know how that worked out. Oh, by the way, the fastest lap time of 1:19.322 by Roble gets another point today. The track record. A 1:09.716 from season 9 from Tomasito. That's 3 seconds for Frank Tank. Lap 38, we have a 1.5 second gap between Spaghetti and Angelo. When GDA is closing in a little bit, maybe Angelo needs to defend, but he doesn't need to defend because GDA has a 6-second time penalty on his board. So Angelo might be well on P2, maybe also on P1. That'd be a hell of a gap or hell of a lap, better said, for Spaghetti. 1.9 second, 1.8. Squeezing everything out of his V-carb. It says 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds. IP Angelo for a win today. Whoa. No, it is Angelo. I don't see that Angelo is losing 0.8 seconds to Spaghetti in the final turns. And there is a flat out section, and we saw before Angelo has a massive straight line speed. So first on the line, Spaghetti, but the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix season 11, race number 8 is Angelo on P3. We have GDA. Nice race for him as well. Then we have a Roble with a 3-second time penalty. Nothing too serious for him, because Frank Tank has much more time penalties. So a Roble on 4. Yo on 5, Frank Tank slips down to P7 as we have on P6 Lucek. And we have on P7 Frankie and Wolfrin going for P8 and Froby with a lot of time penalties on P9. Yeah, we have a nice, well-managed win for Angelo. Again on the podium. Again. Yeah, now 5 points behind. Mid in the driver standings. Race winner Angelo, fastest lap Roble. In the Red Bull, then we have driver of the day Frank Tank. In the Williams, then most overtakes Williams as well, Frank Tank. Then Angelo, cleanest driver in the Haas. Here again, the result with the fastest lap point goes to Roble. Angelo ahead of GDA Roble. Yo-Yo, Lucek, Frank Tank, Wolfrin, Spaghetti and Froby. Then some DNFs, Gian Bartolomeo, Picard, Somuko and Pera. Now let's go quickly through the incidents here. Always the same stuff. I reached the end now, let's go. As always, for the interviews of the top 3. So I quickly need to add drivers. Hello.
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 And GDA does not have any mic, I don't think. But he can listen.
I don't think so.
Maybe we should buy him some cheap Temu microphone or something. Yeah, what a race, guys. I thought it's Monaco. We maybe see 1 or 2 overtakes. And yeah, we saw many overtakes. And great strategy from Spaghetti. 1 stop.
Yeah,
Very
crazy.
late pit stop, right? Crazy.
Yeah, we
to be honest, when Angelo pitted earlier, I was thinking I'm the only one on the 1 stop, and I was confident that we could get a good position, but then somehow he's the fucking tyre whisperer. He managed to do that many laps on the second stint. Yeah, crazy. I was not expecting that.
How worn have your tires been, Angelo? The back tires? Close to 90?
It was like 87, 86. And then, like, on the last 3-4 laps, I was like, I'm not going to make it. But I was just driving really, really slow, like accelerating out of the corner really slow to not spin the tires and not to wear them. And then on the last lap, on the swimming pool, the right tire popped, and then I somehow managed to.
Well, you had a tire damage in the final turn, or in one of the final turns. I didn't realize that. Okay.
No, I had a puncture on the swimming pool.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I had a puncture, and then
crazy.
Somehow still made it.
Yeah, and
Monaco was in my ear. He's got a puncture. Push. To be honest, when he said that, I thought I won because there was still like 2 corners left. But yeah, I crossed the checkered flag and he was still within my 3 seconds. I was like, wow, GG.
So we see Angelo only needs 3 tires to finish a race here in Monaco. But what happened to you, Angelo? Did you had a disconnect or something during the race?
Yeah. I was leading, and then my whole setup just turned off. And then I shunted into the wall. I also had a little bit of wing damage.
Yeah.
But I don't know, somehow I got lucky and I still managed to catch them up in the front. And I think Oroble was really struggling with his tire, and he was basically keeping up everyone. But yeah, at the end, it was lucky. Let's say it like that. One more corner, and Spaghetti would have had one, but yeah.
But you didn't had any warning at all. You have been the only driver.
Only on the last lap when I got the puncture on the swimming pool.
But no warnings at all the whole race, and Spaghetti had I think 4 warnings in total. Next time, Spaghetti, no warnings, then you're winning. But you two are very close now to Myth. But Spaghetti, I thought you were on vacation in Cyprus.
That's next week. I'm away for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, Monaco was the last one for 2 weeks.
Okay, so what about next week, Angelo? You're driving, or?
Yeah, I will be there.
Okay, so we're gonna have a challenger, the closest challenger, 5 points gap between you and Myth in the driver standings. And if Myth is not driving, then yeah, you may be leading after next week's race in Spain. Spain also a good track for you, Angelo, or just a normal or regular track, right?
No, I like Spain, so I think better than Monaco, but yeah, I like Spain.
That's a scary wording from you. Better than Monaco, and you won Monaco on 3 wheels. So it's a very scary wording for the other drivers. Any last words from you, Spaghetti?
Just good race, good fun, GG's. See you in 2 weeks. Don't get too many points.
Last words from you, Angelo?
Yeah, GG, it was a fun and nice race, and we see each other again.
Yeah. Next week again on the podium, hopefully. So have a great week,
Hopefully.
guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah, guys, so was it for today's race here in the MRL. A nice race in Monaco. You not often see nice races in Monaco. Always a little bit of train, DRS train and so on. But today we didn't have any DRS. We had light train. The whole race, crazy strategy from Spaghetti to survive that one. But also a crazy drive from Angelo with very old tires. As you heard, he had tire damage, a puncture. in the final lap, in one of the last corners in the swimming pool area. I didn't realize it on stream, but yeah, he still won without any warnings. Well, only one warning in the final corners and no time penalty. So that's why Angelo won. And his wordings, his liking, Spain more than Monaco. Take care. Have a great week. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.
Az könnyen figyelm fizet, beállítás kész, gumiforró, ez nem játék, de ez a való, virtuális, de mégis ér, de már el ez mindennél szebb kép. Van erre, lép fel az ég, felcselekszünk, ahol itt tap hely, száguldás, de szültség, tiszta szív, itt a pálya mindenre hív. Dra a földön viszel őreg, de marad a mákosomban, emeled el a mi családunk, egymás ellen, de mindig bátrak vagyunk. Bátrak vagyunk. Kormány a kézben, szív dobog, rajta előtt a csend forró lobog. Kanyar jön, tartsd az évet, aki hibázik, az könnyen fizet. Leállítás kész, gumi forró, ez nem